OMG, welcome back to my channel. So excited that you are here. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I appreciate you. It's Jody Dunn. I'm coming at you with another weekly video. I'm going to be doing a few things in this video, some under the sink organization and cleaning. My kitchen sink needed it real bad. I ran to a thrift store to check out some items they had, so I thought I would share that with you. And then doing a little bit of updating to my foyer, and we're in my front living room right now, and I wanted to test something out. So jam-packed full of stuff today. I hope it inspires you to conquer something that you've been wanting to conquer in your home, a project or something like that. If you are new and you just found me, so very happy that you are here. Would you please say hello to me and let me know that you are new right down there? I would love to welcome you to this community and say hello back to you. And if you are already subscribed, thank you so much for coming back to another video. I appreciate you. All right, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Let's get into organizing. Before organizing, I dropped my whole trunk full of donations off to Goodwill, and I thought I would pop into this store. Oh my gosh. I've never been to this store. This desk is $14.99. Are you kidding? It was in pretty good condition too. I wish I had a space for it. I don't want this chair, but $14.99, it was in good condition too. I was like, wow. It's funny how the locations just differ so much, and probably based on when you go, what you're going to find. Look what I found. You know, if you've been with me for a while, I like the older stuff. Oh my gosh, I love these so much. They were $2.99 each, and I found a set of them, so I grabbed them. They had so many pretty dishes and bowls, and my girls were waiting in the car. And Clark was in the car because we just picked the girls up from school. And I was just dropping off my donations. And I was like, I've never been in this one to shop. Let me go see what they have. Oh my gosh, they had so many things, but I didn't want to shop for too long because the girls were in the car waiting with Clark. So many cute things. I'm going to have to definitely go back to this location. And look at, I love green and blue. I thought this was a beautiful vase, and it's $2.99. I'm grabbing it. I think this would look great, well, anywhere in my house. All right, this is what I ended up getting from Goodwill. I'm definitely going back to that Goodwill. Oh my gosh, they had so many things. Probably so many things I didn't even pay attention to. My girls were in the car with Clark. I had just picked him up from school. And again, I was just dropping my declutter off at the time that I did this. So I had a whole trunk full of stuff to drop off to Goodwill and decided to run in because I had never been to this one. So I grabbed this. I don't know if we'll end up keeping it or using it, but I thought Donna might like it. It's like a little lazy Susan, but an organizer. So I'm going to see if she wants to use this for her crafts. This I thought was beautiful and has colors I love. So I think I'm going to use that on my bookshelves. And these I fell in love with, and I couldn't believe there was two of them. I probably would have bought it even if there was only one. $2.99 each. I think they're beautiful. I love all things older style like this. So I'll get a couple pillar candles for these. These were each $2.99. This was $2.99, and this was $3.99. Could you believe that desk? For $14.99, I wish I would have had a spot to put it. I totally would have bought it. Anyways, so that was my thrift haul for this week. All right, let's get to this under the kitchen sink organizing and cleaning up, because this area is a mess. Oh my gosh. I have to pull everything out because it needs to be cleaned really bad. And I have an organizer inside this cupboard that does not work. I put it in here when we first moved in. I can't get it out. I don't know if we put it together like halfway and then put it in. It won't come out with all the plumbing and with this little pull-out drawer in here. So I'm going to try to get this pull-out drawer out so I can get the organizer out.
We have had to replace our garbage disposal a couple of times since we've lived here. So that could be it as well. Maybe it's bigger or something. And that's why that you can kind of see the edge of the metal organizer sticking out. Can't get the dang thing out. I don't know how much of my life I have wasted trying to get the darn thing out. And this thing is pretty rusted. So I'm hoping I got 2 nails out or 2 screws out. So far, I'm hoping that I can get them all out. And if I can, I don't even think I'm going to keep this little drawer in here. It just kind of gets in the way. So I'm probably just going to take it out entirely. Last screw. Guess what? You guessed it. It's stripped. I tried and I tried and I tried. I had to get the dang flashlight out because I couldn't even see like the grooves in the screw anymore because it's stripped. I used as much muscle as I have. It didn't work. So I guess I'm going to have to probably wait until my husband gets home and see if he can get it out. In the meantime, I'm going to pull the rest of the stuff out from under here. And why I never thought of this, as many times as I've tried to get this organizer out, I'm just going to take the dang organizer apart to get it out because I can't get it out in one full piece. Isn't it funny how sometimes something will dawn on you after you've tried it so many times and you're like, oh my gosh, why did I not do that? You can see I'm pulling stuff out from behind this organizer that I didn't even know was back there because things just fall back there and I can't see anything. So of course I was finding multiples of products that I had because I didn't know that they were back there. And not only is this thing not useful, it's really not even functional because they're like grates that are movable on top of each layer. And so they're not solid and crap spilled and it spilled on the, actual cupboard. And then you can't see anything because you got this thing in here with a bunch of stuff on it. So then it ruined part of the inside of the cupboard anyways. I'm just getting it apart and getting it out of here. Well, I shouldn't say it's not useful or functional. It's not useful or functional the way I was using it. For something that wasn't holding liquids, it would probably be fine. And yay, I cannot even tell you how dang happy I am to get this thing out. So this is what it looks like in here. I have vacuumed this out, I don't know, numerous times, cleaned this out numerous times, what I can reach. But I have, that pipe looks kind of rusty. But here's the issue, my sink, I told you I want to replace my sink soon. My sink is rusting out. This is one of those, I don't know, what do you even call them? The good sinks, the good sinks. It's rusting on the outside too. That could maybe be covered with some sealant. I don't know, but this is a problem and can't be covered. And I don't want the sink to eventually break. So anyways, I'm going to be getting a new sink soon, but it is a complete mess in here. And I'm sure there might be a way to fix that. I don't know what it is, but I'm not going to fix it. I don't like the sink anyways, so I'm excited to get a new sink. So I'm going to vacuum up all of this rust that I can get out with the vacuum and then get in here and, just wash it. So I would love to hear what you have going on right now. Are you working on any special projects? Are you starting any spring cleaning? Are you doing any decluttering? Definitely feel free to share anything that you are working on down in the comments if you would like to. And just in case you're wondering, you're not wondering if you're new, but if you've seen my previous videos, you might be wondering, where's Clark? Because Clark is always by me. He's at doggy daycare. I started him at doggy daycare because I don't have anybody around me with dogs. I just grabbed something from inside this cabinet to clean. I'm going to see how this Clorox with bleach works and a microfiber cloth. So he's at doggy daycare and he is loving it so much. He's only gone a couple of times, but I used to do that with Gus too. I think it's great to let them socialize. Look at how dirty that is. And be around other dogs. And so I just started Clark in doggy daycare. The day I'm editing this, I picked him up. I think it was the 4th day he had went. He's in like a little minis group with real little dogs because he's pretty, he's definitely not dominant. He's kind of a scaredy cat. But anyways, apparently he has a bestie named Maggie that he's been humping. I'm like, oh my gosh. They'll kick him out if he continues to do that. I'm doing my darn best to get the back wall here. But obviously, not only do I have to work around all the pipes, and that actually came pretty clean with minimal scrubbing just using the microfiber cloth. Not only do I have to work around the pipes, I got to cock my head a certain way to get underneath the sink. I got the middle board here. This is like, trying to be a contortionist here, which I am not. It was fairly easy to clean other than me having to move my body around all different ways here. It almost like slid right off. So it required very minimal scrubbing. I didn't even need like an abrasive scrub brush, which was good, or sponge. Thank heavens, because the trying to fit in these spaces to get it clean was the hard part. So my husband saw that vase I bought from Goodwill. I left it out on the table because I need to clean it. And he was like, oh, that's really pretty. I'm like, isn't it beautiful? I said, I found that at the Goodwill. And so he starts looking at it and he's like, you should look this up because it might be worth some money. And I'm like, I don't think so. I know sometimes you can find things at thrift stores that are very expensive. Before I finish that story, this is what it looked like. It was just gross looking in here. I'm so glad that I got that little shelf thing out and got it cleaned. It's not perfect again. Like the bottom of my cabinet has this way cleaner back here. Some spots that have torn off the finish because of things being spilled. And my husband got home from work and I asked him if he could get that last screw out. And he did. It took him a little bit of muscle, but he got it out. So I'm going to clean the rest of this. So anyways, he starts looking at the vase and he turns it upside down. He goes, this was made in Italy. And I go and I look at it and I go, yes, it says made in Italy. Ethan Allen. I said, I don't think I found any high-priced gem here, honey. It was just pretty and I bought it. All right, so this is everything that was inside under the kitchen sink, all the stuff on the counter and all the stuff on the floor that I now have to fit back in there in a more organized fashion. I had some of these bins. I think I used some of these in my laundry room makeover. And so I'm just pulling out what I have. I didn't want to buy any more other than these little drawer organizers I did get from Amazon. The white ones I got from Amazon as well, but I have had those for a while. These are stackable, and I thought that was super duper neat and could be very useful for here under the sink. And I definitely don't want to put, this area holds, I think for most people, your cleaning supplies and a lot of liquids and things like that. So I didn't want to put anything back in this cabinet that did not have some protection with a bin or something. So if there is any spills, it will spill in the bin and be much easier to clean versus ruining the finish on my cabinet. And already in love with these little drawer organizers. Anything I can link, I will link down in the description box. I had 3 packages of Cascade or dish tabs in here for my dishwasher. And that was 3 packages taking up rooms that I fit all into one little box. And you can see 2 pledged there because one was hiding and I didn't know I had 2 in here. One of them's almost empty, so I put that one in front. So I'd be sure to use that one up first. This area has really been driving me so crazy. So I'm so happy to be getting this finished. Let me know if you have a house in your, or a house. Let me know if you have an area in your home that drives you crazy. And I gotta go look upstairs. I think I might have another bin. But in the meantime, there was about 5 things that I didn't have a bin for that I do have to just set in there right now. And I'm trying to figure out what else I want to keep in these drawers. So I'm going to keep my pink stuff in here and some Mr. Clean products. I have some magic eraser sheets, some magic erasers, and then I've got some, like, my dish soap that I use comes packaged with the nozzle separate. So I put the little nozzles in there.
Like right now.
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, you better not have got something wet. What did you get wet? Oh, heavens.
25% off at Macy's.
Oh, great.
But you
Okay.
never go to Macy's.
Yeah, I know, so I don't care about that. Donna Jean, do you want to see what it looks like right now?
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready? Do you like it?
Yeah, it looks so neat and organized.
Yes, I love it.
I like the clear things.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Leave it to Donna Jean to whistle when I open up the drawer. Okay, you have to tell me. So we all whistle differently. So Donna Jean puts her lips, in the like little O shape that most people do to whistle, but she has to suck in to whistle, which I find so fascinating. I cannot put my lips in the O shape. They just kind of go straight down. And I whistle. I can also whistle with my fingers. And Viv cannot whistle at all. So let me know. Can you whistle? And how do you whistle? So I had all my microfiber cloths in a kitchen drawer next to my stove because that was the only place I had to put them. So I took them out of there and I'm just kind of trying to fold them and keep them under the sink. That just makes more sense to me to have them under there. But then I didn't like the way that they looked like that. And I thought I can fold them a little smaller to get maybe more in here because I still had about 4 that I couldn't fit in here. So I am refolding them. And I was actually able to fit 2 more by folding them a little smaller this way. And these stackable clear acrylic containers actually come in 2 different sizes. I was trying out the small sizes first, but I'm going to swap for one of the bigger sizes. All right, so here's the 2 things that were under my sink that are now out from my sink. And these are the items that I couldn't fit back under there. I'm going to move most of this down to my stockpile, the extra dish soap I had in here, except for the green palm olive. That's my mom's favorite, so I'm just giving that to her. I've got 2 things of black shoe polish that I don't think we've used for years. I haven't done anything with it. I don't know if I'm going to keep it, though, because we never use shoe polish.
Oh, geez, Donna. His man beard. Clarky, get your man beard dried.
No, don't bite it.
Oh, Clarky.
Here's my
You
fight.
get wet from drinking water. Okay, all right, drop.
Clark's back from daycare, and he just had to get, the girls call it his man beard, that gets soaking wet whenever he drinks water. So they were drying it off for him. And I did find I had 2 little bins upstairs that I haven't used for anything. So I'm going to use one of them to put the rest of these items so they're not just sitting in the cabinet and potentially ruining the finish of my in the inside of my cabinet. And, as I tell you in every single video, this really wasn't that big of a project, but it took me multiple days to do it because I was busy, and that's just how life is for me. So I take the chunks of time where I can find it, and I make projects work. I told you I was going to try the larger. They're the same width, but they're taller, and I'm talking on the phone right now because Grayson had called. So I'm going to use a taller one for my microfiber cloths because I think I had 2 or 3 left that I couldn't fit in here. So I was going to see if using the taller one, I could fit them all and then get them out of that kitchen drawer that I had them in. So I freed up, a whole drawer by doing this. And if you are new and this is your first video, you don't know who Grayson is. She's my oldest daughter. I have 3 daughters. Grayson is 25, Viviana is 14, and Donna Jean is 12. Okay, the taller one worked perfect, and I got all of my microfiber cloths in there. I'm going to do one more taller one, I think, and just put some other things in here, like my magic erasers and things like that. And then I'm just going to use the 2 shorter ones for on top. They all stack together. And eventually I'll probably make labels too for these. That would look pretty, and it will help people know where things are. And by people, I mean my family, because I already know where everything is because I organized it. Oh, perfect. It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
What's in my elbow?
Does
Looks so nice.
Doesn't that look so nice?
Did you not see?
I'm gonna put some labels on it.
It looks the same to me.
unless Dad needs a trash.
Viviana, I never go in there unless Dad asks me for a trash bag. All right, one more organizing thing I'm going to do real quick. This is in my dining room. This drawer right here, I use for my batteries. You probably are going to think this is not the spot I should keep my batteries. That's okay with me. This is the spot I keep my batteries. I have been eyeing like a battery organizer that also has, it's like a tester to show you if your battery is good or not. And I've been hemming and hawing for months about getting one. When I was looking at them towards the holidays, they were like $35. And I was like, do I really want to spend $35 for a battery organizer? This is the little tester it comes with. It took me a second to figure it out, but I finally figured it out. And it tells you basically how much juice your battery still has in it. So if you know if it's good or not good. Well, most things are higher priced around the holidays. Anyways, I found this one on Amazon for $20. So I was like, all right, for $20, I'm going to go ahead and get it. Here's why. Remember around right after Christmas when I took my Christmas decor down and I pulled all of the batteries out. I had a bunch of twinkle lights around the house that all took batteries. And I pulled all of the batteries out because I didn't want to leave them in there and them get corroded or anything like that. And I figured they were mostly still good. So I just put them in with the batteries. Well, around the first of the year, my husband usually changes the batteries in all of our smoke detectors. Well, he went to the battery drawer, as he should, and got some batteries. I think it was 2 of the smoke detectors. Started beeping. And so at first he was like, well, these are brand new batteries. There must be something wrong with our smoke detectors. Then he really started getting worried, wondering if it was like the carbon monoxide and if we had carbon monoxide in the house. So then he changed the batteries and then they'd be fine. And then a couple days later, they'd start beeping again. One morning we woke up at 3 a.m. because the battery was beeping. And then I was like, oh, I pulled some of those out of the twinkle lights. I wonder if maybe that was the problem. That was the problem. So anyways, now I have a battery organizer with a tester. All right, a couple weeks ago, I did a makeover on my foyer. I'll leave that video linked down in the description box if you didn't see it. And I told you guys I was having some trouble with this rug, and I was going to order, I don't know what it's called, a mat to go under it, and you guys suggested these. So I ordered these from Amazon. They're maybe a little bit different, I don't know, than what you suggested. Basically, one side has an adhesive, so you rip the paper off of this side here. The back side does not have an adhesive. It basically says it's like a suction. It suctions to the hard surface. So I'm not putting any adhesive on my floor. Anyways, this worked perfectly. So thank y'all for your suggestions. And I got a basket for my plant. And because I spent so much money getting the grandfather clock fixed, I'm going to let y'all listen to it for a second.
Yes.
You like that?
See, I think that basket works. I really like it.
Yeah, this one? Yeah. I think this is better than the other one we were going to buy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you count the chimes to know what time it was when I did this? I think it was 9 p.m. when I was doing this. Maybe 8. I don't remember. But this is what it looks like now. I love this basket. I got it from Hobby Lobby, and I think it fits perfect in here. All right, we're going to head into the front living room. Don't worry, I'm going to show you under the sink before and after as well. I'm moving around a lot in this video. Last week's video, I think, I did the big declutter in this room. I'll link that down in the description box. If you didn't catch it and you want to watch it, this room was a mess. It's now cleaned up, except for I had my grandkids on this day. And lots of EJ's toys were in here. And so I just had to clean some things up. But I told you guys I would be doing a makeover in this room. That's not coming in the next week or two or anything. But I want to get a rug for this room. And in between these two tables, my plan is to put a love seat here. So anyways, some of y'all suggested laying different things down on the floor so I could get a sense of the size rug I wanted to buy. Because I've never bought a big rug before, and I just wasn't sure what size I should get for this room. And once again, thank you for the suggestions. Some people suggested like laying newspaper down. Somebody suggested taking the 5x7 rug that's in my foyer and laying it in here, which I did do that. I don't have any newspaper. I'm just going to use what I have. I got a measuring tape out, and I'm just using a bunch of Donna Jean's craft supplies, like some canvases and some poster board. And I'm going to lay out what it would look like to put an 8x10 rug in this room. And me being very inexperienced with buying rugs, the 5x7 in my foyer, that's the first real big rug I've ever bought. And that's really not that big. Actually, a lot of people said this room needs a really big rug. And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm sure I'm the same way a lot of people are. I need a visual. I need to be able to see it. So again, thank you for the suggestion. I'm going to lay out all this stuff and see how it looks. So I want to thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I appreciate you. I hope this video just inspired you to tackle something in your house that maybe you've been wanting to tackle. We've got my little supervisor, Clarky, just making sure that I was doing everything correctly here. I'm going to finish laying these papers out so I can see how much room basically the rug would take up. And I'm just measuring for an 8x10 to see if I think that will be big enough or if I need to go bigger. And I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of hoping that's going to be big enough because wowzers, the rugs I like. Rugs are expensive. Oh my goodness. And I don't want to have to buy a bigger one, but we'll see what it looks like. But I suppose expensive is just relative. I've never had to buy a rug before. So, I guess if you're not used to buying rugs, probably everything seems expensive, just like it does to me. The rug I got in my foyer, I'll link that down in the description box. That was $36 for a 5x7. I thought that was a great price. And that rug is so soft. So pretty much I have no plans of changing any of the arrangement that I have in the room other than adding the love seat. And the two bigger toys that are in there will probably get moved out. I cannot imagine this room being able to hold anything larger than an 8 by 10. I'm already worried a little bit about the 8 by 10, that it's going to be hard to move in and out of the computer. So I don't know, but this is what an 8 by 10 will look like in this room. I think that is plenty big enough. So again, thank you to the people that suggested putting down something visually so I could see it. I think 8 by 10 is what I'm going to go for. All right, so happy that I got the under my kitchen sink organized. Of course, we're going to take a look at what it looked like before I got in here and did it. And it basically was just a hot dang mess. Other than this little area right here, you couldn't see really anything. This little shelf thing that I had put in here didn't serve me very well. You saw a bunch of stuff fell behind it. It was super hard to clean. And this is what it looked like. And this is what it looks like now. So happy. Look, I open the doors and I can see everything that's in here. Even the stuff that's behind these acrylic stackable organizers. I can still see everything. I love it so much. Thank you again so much for spending some time with me today. I appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And I'm going to see you again next week. Bye.